Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us. My name is Konstantina Tribu, and I'm Unilever's Global Head of Reward. In this session, we will cover sustainability performance as measured by our Sustainability Progress Index, which is one of the 4 metrics in our long-term incentive scheme under Unilever's Directors' Remuneration Policy. Through this session, we will provide more details about this measure and how it contributes to Unilever's vision to be the global leader in sustainable business, demonstrating how our purpose-led and future-fit business model drives superior performance. Let me also introduce Rebecca Marmot, our Chief Sustainability Officer. Rebecca will take us through our sustainable business strategy and explain the sustainability performance measure of our long-term incentive plan in more detail. This presentation will last about 15 minutes, but if you have further questions after watching, please reach out to our investor relations team at investor.relations@unilever.com. Before we start, let me draw your attention to the disclaimer on forward-looking statements. And with that, let me first provide a brief overview of our short-term and long-term performance measures. First, a brief reminder of our short-term incentive performance measures. These remain the same in line with our bonus policy, which states that at least 70% of our measures must be financial in nature. Underlying sales growth is a simple and well-understood measure supporting the achievement of Unilever's growth ambition. Underlying operating margin incentivizes the achievement of Unilever's profitable growth, and free cash flow focuses on increasing Unilever's cash generation. We consider these the best measures to assess a one-year financial performance at Unilever. As part of our 2021 Directors' Remuneration Policy refresh, we have introduced a new long-term incentive plan, the Performance Share Plan, or PSP. The plan applies to over 14,000 Unilever employees from managerial level upwards. The Performance Share Plan has now 4 equally weighted performance measures to underpin the delivery of Unilever's strategy and multi-year financial framework. Cash flow and return on invested capital have for some years been a feature of our incentive schemes. The measure on competitiveness was introduced this year and covered in an earlier session, which can be found on our website. This is measured as percentage of our business winning value market share. This measure is in recognition that growing faster than our markets and so winning market share is a key strategic driver of long-term growth. The Sustainability Progress Index has been a feature of our long-term incentive scheme since it was introduced in 2017, in recognition of our vision to be the global leader in sustainable business and the importance of sustainability targets in driving business performance. The Sustainability Progress Index was previously built upon our Unilever Sustainable Living Plan, our USLP, the targets of which run until 2020. The Unilever Sustainable Living Plan was a first of its kind in terms of its scope and ambition, and we're very proud of our progress. For example, we helped over 1.3 billion people to improve their health and hygiene and reduce greenhouse gas emissions from our own manufacturing by 50%, achieving thus 100% renewable grid electricity across our sites. In 2021, we introduced a series of new sustainability commitments under the Unilever Compass strategy, and so in 2022, we will transition to a new Sustainability Progress Index with new sustainability performance targets used for reward. The rest of this presentation will now focus on the new Sustainability Progress Index measure and the targets within it. And let me hand over to Rebecca to explain our sustainability business strategy and the Sustainability Progress Index measure in detail.
Thank you, Konstantina. First, I'd like to share how the sustainability performance measure used in reward supports our business growth strategy. Our vision is to be the global leader in sustainable business, and sustainability performance is a key strategic driver for how we demonstrate that a purpose-led, future-fit business model drives superior performance. The Unilever Compass strategy sets out one fully integrated sustainable business strategy. It guides us on embedding sustainability into every part of our business, driving sustainable and responsible growth. The Sustainability Progress Index previously had 7 targets linked to the Unilever Sustainable Living Plan. We're now moving to 8 Unilever Compass-linked targets to reflect our updated business strategy. Sustainability is a broad agenda for Unilever and therefore requires multiple targets to measure our progress. Within the Unilever Compass strategy, we have 3 overarching strategic actions to deliver our sustainable business plan and create the enabling environment required for our business to thrive. These are to improve the health of the planet, improve people's health and well-being, and to contribute to a fairer, more socially inclusive world. Each of these 3 strategic actions has key pillars that underpin it, supported by specific targets. There are 8 pillars and 38 specific targets in total that ladder up to achieving our overarching Unilever Compass strategic actions. For reward, we don't use all 38 targets. So on the next few slides, I'll explain what targets we use and how we assess our performance. As we translate the Unilever Compass strategy into Sustainability Progress Index targets, we've applied 3 key principles. Firstly, we've ensured that the 3 strategic action areas of the compass and all of the 8 pillars on climate and nature, health and well-being, and social are represented. Secondly, we selected a balance of corporate and brand-led targets. So corporate targets cover the full scale of Unilever's business. So, for example, our commitment to a deforestation-free supply chain. Brand-led targets are specific to one of our brand portfolios. For example, our food and refreshment division's commitments on positive nutrition. This is in recognition that our brands are a force for good and aligned to our strategic choice that brands with purpose grow, powered by purpose and innovation. Thirdly, we've included a balance of midterm and long-term targets, reflecting the variety and delivery timings of our commitments and the nature of the challenges we're working to address. For some targets, we've more experience and visibility of how we'll deliver on our goals. Others are further away, and they'll require new approaches to deliver. Across the strategic action areas of the Unilever Compass, we selected Sustainability Progress Index targets that focus on driving business performance, either through increased growth or avoided cost by building trust and avoiding risk. Let's take a closer look at the specific sustainability progress targets that are included in the new Sustainability Progress Index, the SPI. We've chosen one target from each of the 8 pillars of the Unilever Compass strategy to include in the SPI. The specific targets have been selected in line with the principles outlined on the previous slide. All of the targets are equally weighted, and each of them ladder up to achieving our integrated Unilever Compass strategy. We've set very ambitious sustainability targets based on the growing evidence that delivery of these targets drives growth, lowers cost, and reduces risk. Let's now look at how Sustainability Progress Index performance will be measured each year. Each of the 8 equally weighted SPI targets has specific annual targets that are fixed for the next 3 years. These enable the meaningful evaluation of progress against the overarching mid to long-term Unilever Compass target. All SPI targets also have an underlying basis of preparation to ensure consistent and rigorous assessment of performance. The Unilever Board's Corporate Responsibility Committee reviews a detailed quantitative and qualitative update on performance against each target. The Corporate Responsibility Committee also looks at overall sustainability performance in the round, assessing progress across the strategic actions of the Unilever Compass strategy. The Corporate Responsibility Committee then uses this information to assess performance and to make a recommendation to the Compensation Committee on the performance outcome each year in the range of 0 to 200%. Annual performance against the SPI is reported in the Director's Remuneration Report of Unilever's annual report and accounts. We'll set out the 8 targets, our performance against each of them, and the Sustainability Progress Index outcome. The overall outcome for a long-term incentive award is the average of each annual SPI outcome during the applicable performance period. So under the performance share plan, this performance period is 3 years. So the published performance outcome for the SPI will be the average over that 3-year period. So for example, if the performance outcome over 3 years is 90%, 100%, and 110%, 100% will be published in the director's remuneration report. Assessment currently takes place 1 year in arrears, as we're unable to complete reporting before finalising our financial results. Assessment will continue to take place in arrears until the reporting processes are further developed. Therefore, 2021 will be the final year that we use the existing Unilever Sustainable Living Plan targets for 2020 for our long-term incentive plans. We'll transition to the new Unilever Compass-linked Sustainability Progress Index in 2022 for the 2021 performance against the targets that are being shared here. Recognising the importance of transparency and accountability, we communicate and disclose our progress against our Unilever Compass strategy targets across a number of channels. These include Unilever's annual report and accounts, where we will report on annual sustainability progress against our targets, the Director's Remuneration Report, which includes Sustainability Progress Index targets and performance that we've discussed today, and which is included as part of the annual report and accounts, and the Planet and Society Hub section of our website, where we proactively communicate and update on our sustainability strategy and progress against our sustainability commitments. All our performance against Unilever Compass targets is subject to internal validation, and a selection of targets is externally assured. Good end-to-end governance and measurement is core to our incentive schemes and measures, and similarly so for the Sustainability Progress Index. The Unilever Compass strategy sustainability targets, and therefore those used in the SPI, are fully integrated into how we run our business. Internal expert owners lead on the day-to-day operational delivery and reporting on sustainability targets. All Unilever Compass strategy targets are subject to an internal validation process. The entire Sustainability Progress Index is overseen by the Unilever Board delegated Corporate Responsibility and Compensation Committees, as previously explained. Each year, a selection of the Unilever Compass targets is externally assured, and the external assurers discuss their work with the Board's Audit Committee, thereby also providing additional oversight. Progress against our Unilever Compass strategic actions, including the Sustainability Progress Index targets, is managed by a senior cross-functional team comprising of colleagues from global sustainability, sustainability finance, reporting, and reward teams.
Thank you, Rebecca. We have also seen that amongst our peer group companies, a number have included environmental, social, or governance metrics in their incentive plans, either as a bonus or long-term incentive measure. This reflects the awareness that sustainability performance is critical to driving business performance. We believe that a sustainability measure in our long-term reward positions us well to achieve our integrated corporate strategy through the Unilever Compass strategy and bring to life our vision to be the global leader in sustainable business. Once again, I wanted to thank you for joining us today. And if you have any further questions, you can contact our investor relations team via email at investor.relations@unilever.com. Thank you.